with enough dedication and will, you can do anything you put your mind to, you know. And I love bodybuilding. I've loved it with every ounce of myself for like the last, I guess it's probably been like a year and a half almost. And I'm not just doing it for me, I'm doing it to prove to you guys that if you want to compete in this show, who the fuck is telling you no?
Okay guys, first off, just want to start out this video with a huge thank you. It's officially been a year since we first picked up this same phone right here. We picked up this phone and we set it up on a tripod. My first ever video, don't know why I did it, recorded it vertical. And then I'm like, why can't I get it? And I'm like, oh, because I gotta flip my phone. But kind of a stupid thing to think, but it's crazy to think of like how far we've came since then. I mean, we started out 0 followers, no mic, just a phone and a really shitty tripod. It had like 3 tiny legs and you could lift it up like as tall as me, but it was like super wobbly. I started out just a shy kid in the gym, just wanting to kind of show like my path and my journey to my first bodybuilding show. And obviously it's gone further than that. We have competed in our first bodybuilding show and now we're on our bulk. So I remember, I hope I found the clip. If so, I was gonna throw it in as my intro. But I remember talking, I was like, I don't care how long it takes. I'm like, in a year from now, I'm still gonna be making videos. And 2 years from now, I'm still gonna be making videos. It's a year from now, and I've still uploaded consistently, daily, whatever you wanna call it. I mean, obviously, some days I'm a little late, or sometimes I skip a rest day video, but for the most part, I am extremely consistent. Every single time I'm in the gym, it's recorded, it's uploaded. No matter how I feel, no matter how skinny I feel, how small I feel, how weak I feel, I upload the video because that's the whole point of my YouTube channel is I want to be honest with you guys. I want you guys to be able to watch my content and feel relatable. Like, oh, he's in the gym, but you know, he had a shitty lift. He really didn't want to show his pump, but he still did because he's like, even on the bad days, you know, you got to find a way to make it a good day. Even on the days I have in the gym that are bad and I'm feeling super skinny or whatever, I'm still going to pose and I'm still going to show off my physique because it's like, no matter what, I show up every single day and I work after what I earn. And same thing with you guys. If you're showing up to the gym every day, maybe one day you're like, ah man, I don't really feel like taking off the shirt. I feel fat. I don't really feel that big. I feel too skinny, whatever. Take off that shirt and just hit a little front double bi in the fucking mirror in front of everybody. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. The only person at the end of the day who kind of cares about it is you. You know, it's just you getting to your brain. When I see somebody like take off their shirt, pose in the mirror, whether they're fucking 230 pounds or 120 pounds soaking wet, I'm like, good for them, man. You know, you gotta like admire your physique a little bit, you know, because obviously some people, they're not gonna make it there right away. Some people, it's gonna take years, months. But if you're showing up day by day and you're putting in the work, it's gonna come out in the end, you know? And I feel like looking at my YouTube channel is like an excellent way of seeing that. Like, obviously, did we have the best start? No. I mean, this was me posing probably like a year ago. I'll plug in a clip just like right next to me. That was me like a year ago fucking posing. Probably 10 pounds heavier than I am right now. Looked like shit. Okay, that was me posing then. Terrible posing, terrible physique, looked super fucking big, fat, chubby, chunky, whatever you want to call it. And then here's me posing now. I'm like about 182 pounds ish, much leaner, much more actually, like a lot more muscle development, and the posing has just inclined through the roof, so much better. And so it's like, it's just an overtime thing. And you know, like for me, my biggest mistake was just like, I'm gonna eat whatever the fuck it takes to get to 200 pounds. And that was the wrong mentality. And then when I kind of did that huge cut, I did get pretty skinny. I got lean, but I got pretty skinny. I mean, didn't really have much muscle on my frame. That was kind of a tall tale sign to me of like, I was trying to push way too many calories and you know, the muscle couldn't keep up with the calories. Versus after my show, when I cut back and I was on like 2,500 calories a day, and I was just eating the same shit every day, 2,500 calories, going into the gym, fucking grinding my ass, getting in a great workout. I mean, the muscles just stacked on very progressively, and it's been great to see. And I hope, you know, maybe you click on this video and you're like, oh, I'm kind of curious, and go click on like one of my first fucking 100 videos, whatever, see how like little I talked, see how kind of skinny I was or chubby I was, depending on the phase. And then look now, look at how much I'm talking in the gym, how loud and vocal I am in the gym, all the opinions I've switched on and my new mentalities. And obviously I'm young, so like I'm still evolving and growing, and my opinions are always changing on things, you know? One day I might tell you, I might be like, barbell squat fucking sucks. And then tomorrow I could wake up and be like, barbell squat is the greatest leg grower ever made. You can't change my opinion, you know? So it's like, obviously bodybuilding is constantly evolving, and you'll hear anybody say that, you know? There's always new lifts, there's always new machines, there's always new techniques, there's always new diets, there's always new fucking ways of posing, there's always some new gear protocol or some new drug that people are taking, you know? And so it's a very constantly evolving sport. It's always forever, never ever changing. I'm gonna turn on my washer real quick because it's a little loud, but you guys know it's just like a constantly evolving thing. Like bodybuilding is forever fucking rotating, you know? There's always new shit getting added, you know? And so it's like, I'm very young in this sport, so it's like sometimes I'll see something and be like, man, I want to try that, and then I'll try it and I'll be like, that was fucking awesome, I'm gonna keep doing that. So, you know, obviously my opinion's always changing, and I mean, from where I started, my opinions when I started to where I am now, I'm obviously like on a whole different atmosphere than what I was then. Like back then I started out with an Arnold split. I was doing chest back, shoulders, arms, legs. And then I just went chest back, arms with some side delts, legs. And then when I got deep into my cut, I was just doing a bro split. I was just going chest, back, arms, legs, and repeating. And I didn't take no rest days, nothing. Just chest, back, arms, legs, repeat. And now I'm on a PPL, and I'm loving the PPL. I mean, in my opinion, I think a PPL is like probably the greatest split. I mean, because I remember seeing someone comment, they were like, how do you do the Arnold split? I can't hit chest and back in the same day. I get so fatigued. And I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, man, that's a really good point. They're both like muscles you want to put a lot of attention into, and it definitely takes a lot out of you hitting them in the same day. And then I switched off of it, and I was like, man, I feel like I can go so much harder into my back days not being as fatigued. And then now, like with push-pull legs, it's like hitting chest and triceps with a little bit of side delts in the same day, fucking fantastic. Hitting back and biceps in the same day, fucking fantastic. And then I get my legs. It's just like the way it's rotated is perfect for me. And obviously some people might do push-pull legs and fucking hate it. And I remember I tried push-pull legs once and I fucking hated it. I did not like it one single bit. And now I'm a huge fan. But some people might try push-pull legs, fucking hate it, and be like, the bro split is the one and only way. And that's the cool thing. In bodybuilding, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, you know? And that's what's so cool about this sport, is like everyone can do it their own way and show like, hey, this way works. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing it my own way, and I'm like, hey, this way works, you know? Try it out, see if you like it. And if you don't like it, you ain't got to do it. But thanks for hearing out my opinion at least. But, you know, I think it's just been like, I feel like we've made so much progress over this last year, and I'm so ridiculously proud of myself, like looking back on old footage and looking where I started and where I am now. And, you know, I hope you guys can look and be like, man, that's really cool, that's inspiring, that's motivating, that makes me want to get into the gym. Or maybe that just makes you want to go harder in the gym, or maybe that makes you want to pick up a camera and start recording your workouts. Obviously, I'm only at like 370 subscribers, right? But my plans is I'm still going to be recording in a year from now. Hopefully a year from now, I'm at 1,000. Hopefully 2 years from now, I'm at like 10,000 or so. You know, it's just like I'm going to try and forever grow, and I'm going to keep growing until one day I'm able to pick up a camera and a camera only, and that's how I can make money. And that's my long-term goal, is like I want to like make a job out of bodybuilding, because it's like I don't want to, you know, go to work every day the rest of my life. Every single day I go to work, I'm thinking about how I can't wait to get in my meals and get to the fucking gym and push myself as hard as I can and look at my pump in the mirror. And some days I'm feeling shitty and I'm like, man, you know, I don't really feel like going to the gym. And then I remember, I'm like, you know, I don't want to do this shit the rest of my life. I don't want to wake up at fucking 5:30 the rest of my life, take a shower, go to work until 5 o'clock, just eat my meals at work, and then, you know. And if I wasn't going to the gym, it's like I couldn't imagine thinking to myself, like, yep, I'm going to wake up at 5 every day, go to work till 5, get the weekends off, and do that the rest of my life. Like, that doesn't sound like fun to me, you know? Like, I'd rather fucking bust my ass and chase bodybuilding and one day maybe be like, yeah, I guess it was never gonna work out, you know? And 10 years from now, be like, yeah, you know, really wanted to do this, it didn't work out for me. I'd rather know I gave it my all and get to that stage and be like, you know what, it sucks, this is really heartbreaking, I really thought I had it, really thought I was cut out for this, didn't make it. I'd rather get to that point and know I gave it my all than get 10 years from now working the same job, fucking 6 to 5, and be like, man, I really wish I would have pursued that when I had to do this the rest of my life. And regret, you know, regret is obviously like one of the biggest sorrows of a lot of people's life. You know, a lot of people end up on their deathbed or end up 10, 15 years from now, and they're like, man, I'm so regretful I didn't do this, or I didn't go to college and try and play football or whatever. And I have people tell me all the time, they're like, I think what you're doing is cool, because I'm like, I've always been so scared to like try and pursue, like, whether it was like a college sport or whether they kind of wanted to pursue bodybuilding but were scared of like people's criticisms. It's like, if you're always scared and you're never willing to do what scares you the most, where are you gonna be? You know, I seen this fucking interview with this actor the other day, and he's like, embarrassment is such a powerful tool. He's like, if you're afraid of being embarrassed, you're never gonna be able to achieve your goals. Because like, if I was just like, oh man, it's gonna be so embarrassing to record myself in the gym, I don't wanna do it. Obviously, I was like, God, it's gonna be pretty embarrassing. Like, what are people gonna think? What are people's reactions gonna be? And it was hard for me to do it because like, I'm a pretty like awkward person, you know? I'm not like super comfortable with myself or myself in my surroundings. I've never been that kind of guy that's just like kind of like more cocky, able to fucking bring himself up and carry himself chest high. I've never been that person, and obviously we learned that at my bodybuilding show. I'm not that guy. I'm like super humble. I don't want to be in anybody's way. So it was hard for me to pick up a camera, and I'm glad I did. I don't regret embarrassing myself at all, because now I feel comfortable with it, you know? It like, I don't give a shit whipping out my tripod and fucking setting it to the same height as me and recording myself and then finishing my set and talking to myself. At first, I hated talking to myself. I was like, oh my God, people probably think I'm such a fucking weirdo. But then I remembered, you know, it's just like, if I'm too scared of embarrassing myself, how do I ever expect to make anything out of bodybuilding? So, you know, you just really got to be willing to go out there and embarrass yourself a little bit, whatever it is, whether it be bodybuilding or art or football or music. Don't be too embarrassed to post on your TikTok a video of you fucking lip syncing, or you fucking doing an acoustic guitar and singing the lyrics to some Zach Bryan song. Don't be embarrassed to do it. Do it, you know? What if it fucking blows up? Or what if you get some followers and people are like, you need to post more of this content? Like, what if? It's the big what if. But the big what if can never be answered if you're always too scared of embarrassing yourself. So for me, it's just like, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to fucking embarrass myself a little, you know? Maybe it sucks. Maybe I get made fun of. Maybe people are like, what the fuck is this dumbass doing? But, you know, embarrassment is kind of the key to success. Like, think of all these like famous actors and singers. If they were never willing to like, you know, go to like weird acting classes and like have someone film a weird tape of them like acting and being kind of crazy and weird, or post tapes on the internet of like their auditions or them singing and maybe be like, people probably think I'm a shitty singer or I'm a shitty actor, they'd be working a fucking 9 to 5 the rest of their life. So it's like, you got to pick your poison, man. And for me personally, it's like, I don't want to do that the rest of my life, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to reach my goals. And by golly, if I don't end up ending to make a live out of bodybuilding, you know, by golly I don't, then I'll know at the end of the day that I did whatever I could to try and reach that. And I'd rather live with that than live with the fact of knowing I didn't try and give it my all, you know. But guys, I guess end of the moral of the story is I want to give a huge thank you to you all for watching my videos, new followers, old followers. Make sure you like and share my content, post it on your Instagram story, your Facebook, your TikTok. Spread me around, guys. I want to get more of an influence on other people, and I hope I'm already an influence on you. I hope you enjoy my videos. Let me know if there's any other kind of content you want to see. I'm trying to give you guys new shit. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching.